Hey guys, in this video I'm quickly going to explain how the propaganda of Einstein's theory of relativity works. It's a very simple propaganda in this case. So I'm going to talk about the relativity of simultaneity. But first let's watch this video.
We're now going to consider simultaneity. In order to do this, let's consider Einstein's thought experiment.
First of all, this is not Einstein's thought experiment, and I will explain why later.
He proposed considering a train carriage which was moving at relativistic speeds along its track. There's an observer outside the train. On a dark and stormy night, the observer sees two bolts of lightning hit either side of the train at A and B.
In Einstein's thought experiment, the lightning bolts hit the train itself, but in this case, as we can see on the picture, they hit the trees that are outside the train
at exactly the same time. Meanwhile, there's a passenger inside the train. Now, this train is moving with a speed v. So the passenger inside the train is moving towards point A and away from point B. So the passenger sees the light from point A arrive to him first because he's moving towards that point, and so catches up to the light as it's traveling towards him. And he sees the light from point B arrive at him second because he is moving away from point B, and so the light has to travel a little bit of extra distance to compensate for this. So the
Okay guys, now let's take a look at this comment below. This video is just another propaganda of Einstein's fake relativity. Just replace the lightning bolts and with sound waves and you'll get the same result. So simple, and scientists had known about the relativity of simultaneity before Einstein. This thought experiment doesn't prove that Einstein's relativity is correct and great, I would say. Okay, so what's the problem with this thought experiment? First of all, this is not Einstein's thought experiment, because in Einstein's thought experiment the lightning bolts hit the train itself. In this case we can see that they hit the trees outside the train, so it works in a different way. Einstein's thought experiment is even worse than this thought experiment, because this thought experiment doesn't violate any law of physics, but Einstein's thought experiment in fact is violating the laws of physics, and I will explain it how it violates the laws of physics in the next videos. But in this video I'd like to tell you that this guy is right, because you can use any wave here. You can use a sound wave here, a water wave here, and the result will be the same. So since the train is moving towards the source of a wave, of course the passenger, the front of the train will hit the wave sooner than the front of the wave that is coming from the tree behind the train. This is obvious, so we don't need to discuss this. It's very simple, and it has nothing to do with Einstein's relativity. So this is why I call it a propaganda, because they just explain very trivial things that we all understand, we all know, using Einstein's theory of special relativity, and say, "Oh, look how great the theory is. This is a mind-bending thought experiment that just never existed." But in fact, scientists knew about this before, had known about this before Einstein. So this is all, guys. I would like to tell you, thank you, have a nice day, bye.